My girlfriend mocked me in front of her friends and said, "What do you think? That I'd ever introduce you to my parents?" I smiled in front of her friends and replied, "You won't need to." Then I got up, paid my bill, and walked out. That evening, her best friend called me, and the secret she revealed made my blood run cold. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Your one subscription means the world to me. Thank you so much. I'm 32, been with Natalie for 3 years, and until last Tuesday, I thought we were solid. Not perfect, but solid. We met at a charity marathon where I was volunteering at a water station, and she twisted her ankle near the finish line. I helped her to the medical tent. We started talking, and somehow ended up getting coffee later that week. Things just clicked from there. She worked in marketing. I'd been freelancing in graphic design after leaving my old agency job. We lived separately but spent most weekends together. Her place was nicer than mine. Her parents had money, mine didn't. I never thought it mattered. Last Tuesday changed everything. We were at this upscale bistro downtown. Natalie had invited me to meet some of her college friends. 3 women I'd heard about, but never met. Lauren, Melissa, and Christy. All polished, all expensive looking. I showed up in jeans and a button-down, which I thought was fine for a casual dinner. Apparently not. The conversation started normal enough. They talked about their jobs, some upcoming trip to Napa, a wedding someone was planning. I mostly listened, threw in comments when appropriate. Then Melissa started asking about us. "So Natalie, when are you going to make this official? Bring him home to meet Richard and Patricia?" Natalie laughed. Not a nice laugh. "Oh God, can you imagine?" I looked at her, confused. "What?" She took a sip of her wine, glanced at her friends, then at me. "I mean, come on. What do you think? That I'd ever introduce you to my parents?" The table went quiet. Lauren looked down at her plate. Christy tried to hide a smirk. Melissa just stared at me, waiting for my reaction. I felt my face get hot, but I kept my expression neutral. "That's interesting. Don't be like that," Natalie said, waving her hand dismissively. "You know they have expectations. They'd never understand this. This? You know what I mean. You're sweet and all, but you're not exactly the type they'd approve of. No offense." I set my napkin on the table, pulled out my wallet, and left enough cash to cover my meal and tip. Then I smiled at her friends, at her. "You won't need to," I said quietly. "What's that supposed to mean?" Natalie asked, suddenly less confident. "Exactly what it sounds like." I walked out. Didn't look back. Didn't answer when she texted me 10 minutes later asking if I was serious. I blocked her number when she called. That evening, around 9, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. "Hello. Is this you? God, I can't believe I'm doing this." The voice was shaky, female. "This is Christy. From dinner." My stomach tightened. "Okay. Look, I know this is weird, but I need to tell you something. After you left, we all kind of tore into Natalie for what she said. It was cruel, even by her standards. But then Lauren got drunk and started laughing about something, and Melissa tried to shut her up, but it came out anyway." "What came out?" Christy took a long breath. "Natalie's engaged." The world tilted. "What?" "She's been engaged for 6 months. To some guy named Trevor. He's a lawyer, works at her dad's firm. Their families have known each other forever. It's been planned for over a year, apparently. The wedding's in 3 months." I sat down on my couch, suddenly dizzy. "That's not possible." "I saw the ring. She keeps it in her purse when she's with you. She showed it to us at brunch last month. I thought you knew. I thought you were just, I don't know, a fling or something. But when you looked so hurt tonight, I realized you had no idea. Why are you telling me this?" "Because what she's doing is sick. She's using you as some kind of rebellion thing before she settles down with Trevor. Lauren thinks it's hilarious. Melissa thinks it's practical. I think it's sociopathic. You seem like a decent guy. You deserve to know." I couldn't speak for a moment. "Does Trevor know about me?" "No. God, no. He's clueless. He travels a lot for work, so she's had plenty of time to play both sides." "Send me proof," I said. "Screenshots, photos, whatever you have. Already sent them to this number before I called. Check your messages." I pulled the phone away and saw 3 images. Natalie wearing a massive diamond ring, Natalie and a tall blonde guy kissing at what looked like a charity gala, and a screenshot of a wedding planning website with their names and date. June 14th. "Jesus Christ. I'm sorry," Christy said. "For what it's worth, she's a terrible person. We've known her since college, and she's always been like this. Entitled. Manipulative. I should have said something sooner. Why didn't you? Because I'm a coward. And because Lauren and Melissa would freeze me out. But after tonight, I don't care anymore. Good luck. She hung up. Update 1. I spent the next 2 days digging. Found Trevor's law firm online, his LinkedIn, his Instagram. Public account, full of photos with Natalie. Some dated back 2 years. My entire relationship with her overlapped with him. I felt sick. Angry. Stupid. Thursday afternoon, I created a burner email account and sent Trevor a message with the subject line, "About your fiancé." I kept it simple. Told him I'd been seeing Natalie for 3 years. Attached screenshots of our text conversations, photos of us together with timestamps, even a picture of her spare toothbrush at my apartment. I didn't sugarcoat anything, but I wasn't cruel either. Just factual. Sent it at 2 p.m. By 6 p.m., my phone started blowing up with calls from Natalie's number. I'd unblocked it earlier just to see what would happen. 17 calls. 32 texts. I didn't answer any of them. The messages escalated from confused to angry to desperate. "What did you do? Trevor just called off the engagement. You ruined my life, you piece of shit. Please call me, we can fix this. My parents are freaking out. How could you be so vindictive?" I saved everything. Didn't respond. Friday morning, I got a call from Trevor himself. "I need to meet with you," he said. His voice was calm, controlled. Lawyer voice. "Why?" "Because I need to understand what happened. She's telling everyone you're a stalker, that you photoshopped everything. I need to hear your side before I decide what to do next." We met at a coffee shop near his office. He showed up in a suit, looking exhausted. I brought my laptop with every receipt, every email, every piece of evidence I had. He went through it all methodically. Didn't interrupt. Didn't react much. When he finished, he closed the laptop and rubbed his face. 3 years, he said quietly. "Yeah. I was going to marry her in 3 months. I know. I'm sorry." He laughed bitterly. "Don't apologize. You saved me from making the worst mistake of my life. Her family's already threatening to sue you, by the way, for defamation or harassment or something. They're scrambling. Let them try. They won't. I told them if they came after you, I'd make sure everyone in our social circle knew exactly why the wedding was called off. Her father's a partner at my firm, but I have enough allies there that he can't touch me without consequences. What are you going to do?" "I'm leaving the firm. Already have an offer from a competitor. Better pay anyway. As for Natalie, I told her family that if she contacts me again, I'm filing a restraining order." Her mother cried. Her father threatened me. Natalie just sat there and didn't say a word. He stood up, extended his hand. "Thank you. Genuinely." I shook it. "Take care of yourself. You too." Update 2. The fallout spread faster than I expected. Christy wasn't kidding about their social circle being tight-knit. Within a week, half the people Natalie knew had heard some version of what happened. Lauren and Melissa apparently tried to spin it as me being obsessed and Trevor being controlling, but too many people had seen the evidence. Christy backed me up when people asked her directly, which cost her those friendships but earned her respect from others who were sick of Natalie's behavior. I got a few messages from mutual friends. Some apologizing for not seeing what Natalie was really like. Others asking if I was okay. One guy I barely knew told me his ex-girlfriend had pulled something similar and he wished he'd had the guts to expose her like I did. I didn't feel victorious. Mostly I felt tired. Natalie tried one more time to reach me, this time through a mutual friend named Greg. He called me on a Wednesday evening. "Hey man, I know this is awkward, but Natalie asked me to pass along a message. I'm not interested. Just hear me out. She says she's sorry. She says she made a mistake and she wants to explain. Greg, she was engaged to someone else for half of our relationship. There's nothing to explain. She said you wouldn't understand. That her family pressured her into the engagement and she was trying to figure out a way to break it off." I almost laughed. If she was trying to break it off, she wouldn't have set a wedding date and picked out flowers. Tell her I said no. And don't call me about her again. He didn't. Update 3. 2 months later, I heard through Christy that Natalie had moved to Chicago. Apparently her mom had a sister there who offered her a job in real estate. Trevor had made it clear to their mutual circles that he wanted nothing to do with her, and the embarrassment became too much. Her parents tried to salvage things by claiming I'd manipulated her, but most people who knew both of us didn't buy it. The truth had a way of settling in once people looked at the timeline. Trevor messaged me once more, about 6 weeks after our coffee shop meeting. Just a short text, started at the new firm. Life's better already. Hope you're doing all right. I replied, glad to hear it. Same here. I wasn't lying. I'd started taking on more clients, rebuilt my savings, even started seeing a therapist to work through the betrayal. Not because I was broken, but because I wanted to understand how I'd missed the signs. How I'd let someone lie to me for that long. My therapist said something that stuck with me. People who deceive on that level are often very good at compartmentalizing. It's not about you being naive. It's about her being practiced. That helped more than I expected. Final update. It's been 4 months since that dinner. I'm doing okay. Better than okay, actually. I reconnected with some old friends I'd neglected while I was with Natalie. Started rock climbing again, something I'd stopped doing because she thought it was too dangerous. Picked up a few passion projects that had nothing to do with making money and everything to do with making me happy. Christy and I got coffee a few times. Not romantic, just friendly. She felt guilty about not saying something sooner, and I told her I didn't blame her. She'd done the right thing when it mattered. Natalie sent one final email 3 weeks ago. I almost deleted it without reading, but curiosity won. I know you hate me. I don't blame you. I just wanted you to know that I did care about you. I was a coward, and I made choices I can't take back. Trevor deserved better. You deserve better. I hope you find someone who treats you the way I should have. I'm sorry. I read it twice, then deleted it. Didn't respond. Some people don't deserve closure. They just deserve to live with what they've done. Edit 1. A few people have asked if I ever found out why she stayed with me for so long, if she was planning to marry Trevor the whole time. Honestly, I think Christy was right. I was her rebellion. Her way of feeling like she had control over something while her family mapped out her entire life. Doesn't excuse it, but it makes sense in a twisted way. Edit 2. Trevor and I aren't friends exactly, but we did grab a beer last month. Turns out we have similar taste in music and a shared hatred of people who waste other people's time. He's dating someone new. Says he's taking it slow. Smart guy. Edit 3. For anyone wondering if I've dated since, the answer is yes. Nothing serious yet, but I'm not in a hurry. I know what I want now, and I know what I won't tolerate. That's worth more than I realized.